So we're going to talk today. Welcome along to this live video. Hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a freaking awesome time. I'm just going to raise my camera up a little bit and talk on something today that needs to be said, that needs to be called out. And what we're going to talk about today is for all of you personal development junkies, and you know who you are. For you spiritual people out there that are using your spirituality to avoid doing the money work, you're using your personal development addiction to avoid doing the important stuff. And we're going to cut to the chase. We're going to go straight to the point today. And we're going to talk about it because, listen, if you're in business, maybe you're doing all these sort of, you're just hooked on all the personal development stuff, I'm just going to do more personal development. Or you're into your spirituality and you're using that spirituality, you're using the personal development to just never face your fears, to never actually face the money stuff that needs to be tackled, that needs to be looked at. You're in a you're stuck in a rut of scarcity and lack. It's destroying your life. It's making you stressed, anxious. You're not enjoying your life. You're not doing the work that you love to do. And it's actually hindering, for those of you who are spiritual people out there, right? It's hindering your ability to connect and actually be true and be real about the stuff that you say you are. And it's something that I've discovered, and I've grown up very spiritual. I'm a very spiritual person. And it wasn't until I started to do the money work that everything spiritually on a personal development level, everything changed. As soon as I started doing the money work, everything changed. So I'm coming here to talk to you about why the work around money is so important. I have so many conversations every single week around the importance of rebuilding your relationship with money, doing the work, becoming aware on about what is your relationship with money even like. And I speak to people all the time, and it's so clear that people don't realize that they've got issues around their relationship with money until they start to actually ask questions and they start to actually look into it, right? Until you start wondering, well, if you were to say, do you have issues with money? The answer is probably no. Right? You probably would say, no, I don't know. I don't have problems with money. That's what most people would say. That's probably what you would say. But then when we start actually having a look at what is your life like? Are you happy with where you're at? Do you know where you're going? Do you know what you want? Are you happy with where things are at? Are you happy with the amount of money that you're bringing in? Or would you like more? Do you feel unfulfilled? Do you feel like you're not being everything that you can be because you can't do all the things that you want to do and have this thing that we call freedom, right? Freedom of time, freedom of choice, freedom of finance to actually do things for as long as you want it, wherever you want it, with whoever you want it, whenever you want it. And so once we start to really unpack this, we start to realize that actually, let's have a look at our life and look at where we're at. And if we don't like it, and if it doesn't fulfill us, if it's not everything that we want, then we have to start looking at our money and our relationship with money. And what is this relationship with money? It's basically whatever your attitudes towards money. How do you feel about money? How do you feel about having lots of it? How do you feel about having little of it? How do you feel like when someone gives something to you, the receiving, right? Because money in itself is just money, right? But it's our conditioning and our program and how we've been programmed to be around money, the thoughts that we have, the feelings that we have, the emotions that we have, the beliefs that we have about a certain thing, in this case is money, creates certain results in your life. And the reason why I'm going so strongly with people in the personal development space, personal development junkies, you are addicted to it. You're happy to sit in an event. People come to my event, they're happy to sit there, move, break through, feel new things. You get addicted. It feels amazing. But I say to people all the time, it's no good coming to an event like this and doing nothing about it. Or for spiritual people, you're happy to see, you're like, hey, no, I'm just a spiritual person. I'm just sitting in my body, my intuition. All I want to do is just close my eyes, meditate, do my dance, drink my cacao, paint shit on my face, and I'm spiritual. But the reality of both scenarios is that it's dangerous in the sense that unless you actually face it, unless you do the spiritual stuff and the personal development stuff to the point that it gets you to do the work, then nothing will ever change. I think it's actually quite selfish and ignorant to an extent if you're doing the personal development work, you're doing the spiritual work, but you're actually not going out and making money in the real world. Because think about it, right? If you're so spiritual and if you believe in faith, in this and that, in the universe, so much as you say you do, right? But you don't go out and you ask for money and you build something and you create something, then I think you're just full of shit. And if we're being real honest, I think you're lying to yourself, but I don't actually buy that bullshit. Do you know why? Because I actually know what it's like. I've grown up in a very religious family, very religious culture and society, and I've battled through. I've gone through and done a lot of growth around. Always saying that, I want to help people change their life. I want to help people change their life. I want to help people change their life. But you know what? It wasn't until I started making money for myself, helping others, that I truly fulfilled and started to fulfill the spiritual need of contribution. I think you're leaving so much on the table by not generating money, by not making money. The scarcity, you avoiding, you not facing money, you not paying your bills, your outstanding, your debts, you not actually going out and generating money, asking for what you're worth. It's the opposite of your spiritual journey. And you can be all in your energy and about frequency and all that, which is all true. But unless you go out and you into the world and you do something with it, then that's a waste. And ultimately it comes from a fear of actually doing the work. It comes from a fear of looking at your money. It comes from a fear of actually asking for what you're worth. It's got nothing to do with money being evil. It has got everything to do with you being a coward. You've been a coward not doing the things that actually matter. I was a coward for a very long time. I avoided money. I didn't want to look at my bank account. I didn't want to look at how much money I was bringing in or how much money was going out. Why? Because I was so connected to, if that thing is one way, it will impact my self-worth. It will be a representation of me. Or for other people, they're just afraid of receiving, of rejection, of what other people will think. And it impacts you. But the thing is, you're not going, it takes money to be a spiritual person. Because if you believe in something so strongly that you want to help other people, then unless you look after yourself in the first place, how are you going to be able to go out there and help them? I'll tell you how. You're going to try, because you're going to avoid doing the money work. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to give, and it's going to fuel up your ego, thinking, oh, I'm giving so much, I should be getting something back. Poor me, I'm struggling. And then you play the old religious card that, the poor will inherit the, God's kingdom, which is false. It's not true. Right? Because if for you to go out and actually be everything that you can be, you need resources. Because if you're going out and helping someone, you're giving a homeless person 50 cents, you're no philanthropist, right? You're not actually helping them. You truly want to help them. You're serious about your spirituality and being the best person you can be and helping others. Make money. Work on your relationship with money. And if you do not You'll never reach that potential, and you're just lying to yourself. So stop lying to yourself. Make money, which brings us to our relationship of money, and how can we begin to transform it? How can we begin to move it from being in fear, avoiding it, too scared to face it, to actually, at the very minimum, look at it, be aware of it, have an awareness around it, and start to become a person that money wants to be in your life? Can we not lie to ourselves anymore? Stop lying to yourself. You want money. You like money. You are spiritual and you're a personal development junkie, but you also are materialistic. You also not like nice stuff. So stop lying to yourself. It's okay for you to be honest and to be real and to be true to yourself, and stop being fake. Stop being a fake personal development coach. Stop being a fake spiritual person that says, oh, just, the universe will provide. That's bullshit. You're just lying to yourself. Be honest and say, you know what, universe, I want to make money. I want to help people and I want to make money. What's wrong with that? That's my belief, is that that's liberating. That's true, because it is true. And you know what? Some people won't like my delivery. Some people will look at this and get triggered and be like, oh, this guy's full of shit. He just wants money. Which is the exact response that I had too when I had a shitty relationship with money. When I used to be triggered. When I used to look someone and see someone confident and look on and be like, that person is arrogant. Do you know what? Those people will feel that. But it's not a sign of me. It's you're projecting your immature confidence and your insecurity. And what I would suggest is this: go beyond what the book looks like. Go beyond the cover and listen and understanding if what I'm saying is true for you. It might not be, but ask yourself the question. One of the highest states of consciousness that you can be into, in a high rise of confidence that I talk about, consciousness that I talk about, is the state of reason. The reason is to be able to pick up listen to an idea, listen to an argument, and when I mean argument, I don't mean fighting, I mean like a genuine argument with someone that is willing to help you change your life and gives you the opportunities to change your life. Listen and be willing to reason, to pick up the conversation and say, is this true for me? Or is this not true for me? How does this sit? Does this make sense? And go beyond the trigger. Go beyond the fact that, because when we talk about money, we get triggered, right? We get on the defense. We don't like talking about money. Have you realized that? We've been taught wrong about money. We've been taught that we don't talk about money. I wonder what you've been taught. That money is something that we keep in-house, that we don't talk, that it's a very serious thing. But what is the result of that? How's your relationship today with money? If it was anything like my relationship with money, I know that it led to not wasting my 20s, because I'm very grateful of what I lived through and the award-winning business that I built through, although I was financially broke. But I suffered a lot and experienced a lot of pain, because when I scale it all back, it was my relationship towards money, my beliefs, my thoughts. So what I'm hoping to do for you is that you will begin to transform, to work on it, spend time asking the questions, looking at your attitude, looking at your beliefs. What is it that you believe? And if you wanted to maybe go really deep with this, because you're ready to not waste any more time, but you're ready to actually grow your business and have more money into your life, maybe have a look at the event that we run. We run an incredible event with some crazy processes, crazy experiences that we get people to experience to transform this very thing. And the reason why I'm so passionate about money, as a guy that was opposite passionate to money, was passionate about money in the opposite way, and went from I just want to help people, money is not that important for me, to I don't do this for money, I just want to help people, right? To someone that now says, hey, I'm doing this for money because I want to help people. Now I want to help people and make money. Why? Because I know that if I fill my cup, and if I have the things that makes my life complete, if I have the things that my kids don't, if there is something that makes them happy that they want, I can give them, because that brings out more of me. Here's what I believe about money today. That money expands more of who we are. And if you're truly spiritual, you need to understand that concept. And if you are truly spiritual and you're fully in personal development, and not just in self-help books, and not just watching YouTube videos and podcasts just to fill your ego and fill your head, but if you truly understand the concept, you will realize that money is the deepest form of personal development, spiritual work, because it's one of the deepest programming that we have is around money. And once you unlock that and you have resources to be more of you, to be more of your greatest self, to give more of you, of your kindness, of your connection to source, of your mindset, of the things that you learn, and you want to help people, and you want to serve people, and you want to buy, you want to buy people's groceries at the store, you want to buy the homeless food, or you want to do something of contribution, you need money. And it's time we get real and we get honest and we get okay with that. This is why we must work on our relationship with money. You can have a lot of money. So maybe some people are like, oh, but Carlo, this doesn't apply to me because I'm not broke, and people that need to work on their relationship with money is just people that are broke. I would say false, because there are so many people that I work with multiple multi-millionaires. In my coaching, I have multiple multi-millionaires. And what I've realized is this, that your relationship with money, if you're a high net worth individual, is just as important, because you most likely built it up. But you might have multiple $1 million in the bank, but if you're continuously afraid of losing it, you're in continuous stress. You're just like watching every bit of it because you're just in stress. I've got to build it up, I've got to save, and you're not enjoying it. And if you're captive to the money in the bank, then there is deep work to be done there as well. It's just at different levels. If you're broke, there is work to be done on your relationship with money to get you to the point, to the base camp of generating the money that you need. But if you already are a high net worth individual, you must work on your relationship with money, because if you're good, you could be great. And it becomes a matter of actually living a life that you can enjoy the fruits of your work and not be handcuffed by that. So if this is something that is resonating with you or has resonated with you, please let me know your comments. If this has triggered you, please let me know below. I love talking to people about this. I love just a conversation. I love understanding people. I love what has brought you to understanding what has brought you to this point. But my message is this: do the work. Stop being an avoider. If you just go into personal development and spiritual work because you think that you don't need to face your money and you don't need money, it's wrong. And you're just lying to yourself. And I want to provide you an environment to actually help you become everything that you can be, to become that king or that queen in your life. Because whether you've got $2 million in the bank, whether you've got $5 in the bank, working on a relationship with money will make your life better. It's going to raise you up to the point that you can be everything that you can be, and it's going to raise you up to be everything that you can be. So if this video has resonated with you, please let me know below. We're running a virtual event. I cannot stress this enough. It's life-changing. It will absolutely change your life. Come and have a look. If you're interested in finding out more in different ways that you can work with us, please let us know, because it will change your life. Guys, that's my message to you today.